Hello everyone. Today is February 10th, 2023, and this is the third episode of Straight Talk with Sophia One. And it's going to be a little different today. I had a little trouble with the recording of the interview, and so there won't be a live interview for this recording. What I'm going to do is discuss the subject, which was healing from early psychological trauma, with the response that one said to me. It's beautiful. I believe it will speak to a lot of us who have a history similar to the questioners this week. I'm just going to start and read it through. So I hope those of you who need this are helped. Here we go. One of the things that has perplexed you throughout your years is your lack of stability. You've managed to support yourself and others, yet even while doing so, you never felt that you were all there. It is for this reason that the explanation of missing fragments for you fits so well. For indeed you've forgotten them rather than deal with them in any way that could define them as real. Your fear around this trauma being exposed was drilled into you. It revolves around the threat of harm that would come to others whom you love if you spoke. You've accepted the threats as truth and vowed not to challenge them ever. In this way, you've defined yourself as a defender and protector and lived your entire life by that definition. As a result, you've felt the absence of self throughout your life, because the self you built was based on your acceptance of a threat as true. It was not truth, and internally you know this. You have always known this. And this is not to say that your self is not true or real. It is to say that you are a being of such integrity that the disconnect between what you accepted as truth and then based your behavior on, and what is actual truth, cut deeply into your self-definition. You are as solid as they come without ever feeling that way. In order for you to accept the truth of who you are and why you are here, this disconnect will need to be reconciled. Think about your quest for facts along the way, about the way things work. Things made no sense to you as a child, and so you've spent your adulthood trying to connect the dots. It is critical that you accept that there was deceit, and then somehow let that go. If you feel it is crucial that you remember specifics, you will bring yourself to do that. This is not imperative to your awakening, yet only you can decide if it is necessary for your own peace of mind. You have not lost your sense of wonder. This is one of the attributes of your kind. It is the belief in beauty and a retention of hope that propels you forward. There will be no answers as to why these things happen to you. You did not come searching for reasons, but for experience. What you will have to do is find a place in your self-definition that includes your history, yet without also including loss. For indeed you are whole and pure and a light for others. Something we have not addressed is forgiveness. This is a necessary component for you and a part of your journey. As long as the loss is hung on to, there can be no repayment and no forgiveness. Forgiveness for the past thus sets you free and no one else. It is an empowering act to forgive without expectation. Things will not be repaid to you, not by the perpetrators themselves, yet they are always repaid. This is the way it works. You are on a journey to reclaim and live your true essence, which is love. This is your purpose. Once you begin to look at the places where you hold it, you will experience wholeness and then expansion. You are here for work. You are here to assist your fellow man. Every part of your journey is with you still and has forged the being that you are today. You hold no parts unworthy. You are searching for lost parts of yourself. These, it would be helpful to consider, are not lost so much as buried. The physical abuse for you was severe enough to have sealed the cover. Whether that seal remains in place is yet to be seen. Anything is possible, and all is not ever lost. We will reflect now on the reasons this life was chosen, for in them you will see the transformation you seek. You did not set yourself up for an impossible task, yet seemingly nearly so. You came to suffer initially because of perceived debt. You would call this karma. There have been lives in which your participation was as a perpetrator and not as a victim. The pain of that on your soul has been so deep and so great that you chose to experience worse this time. Realize that you did not choose this as punishment. You chose this because you desire a complete knowing of the lived human experience. You will accept nothing less for your evolution. You are an advanced soul, one who comprehends fully that the soul is never lost. Your trust in love and in the process of enlightenment runs so deeply through your core that you are willing to go for it against all odds. In your case, the odds have been set up for you, by you. It has been an arduous task to proceed at living a normal life and carrying on, yet it is one you've achieved. Managed raising a family along with numerous meaningful and loving relationships along the way. These truths may not be much comfort to you now, yet they will offer light in your darkness. For you have been that light to more than you know. Your love of mankind is massive. You desire full comprehension of every nuance of every struggle while you are among them. You are now discouraged and self-defining as broken. I tell you that the opposite is true, for one who is broken would not attempt to do what it is you are doing. Your persistence and tenacity are your true story. Your recent health crisis has complicated your task and not ended it. Listen carefully, for everything is connected, and thus can be solved with similar ideas. You have not mentioned your glory in your question, so we will start there. For it is that same glory that set your soul to occupy the life of such physical pain and hardship. There are lives that must be lived due to intersecting purposes and exploration. Yours is a life such as this. In viewing the pain, you have considered it only as damaging. This is not to deny the harm caused, as a young person. It is to reflect on its purpose from another perspective, the perspective of your soul. In your self-definition, you have left out your light. This is the reason you are here. Light such as yours cannot help but illuminate your world. You seek assistance. And I tell you that this will begin with acceptance of your true self. For yes, you were born into physical misery, yet one such as you did not stop because of it. You have not given up. You have become frustrated, and in your search for reasons or answers, have accepted terms like broken and lost as accurate portrayals of you. They are nothing of the kind, and this, my dear one, is why they trouble you. A part of you remembers your choice. You remember why you came. You came to experience enlightenment while embodying the physical. You came against all odds, and when the path was not difficult enough, you accepted more challenge. These things did not happen to you because you were wrong or broken or lost. They happened to demonstrate your wholeness and your absolute conviction of the light. You have forgotten the parts of your childhood that were the most painful. You have used them to forge your armor. They do not need to be recalled to have value. They happened. You are living proof of your absolute strength. What is suggested is a looking with another lens. Just as a battle-weary soldier holds numerous medals of successful battles and conquests, so do you. You have come through it all, not without some battle fatigue, but whole and determined not to give up. It is that determination that brings you to your question. With this new lens will eventually come new names for things. For it is in your focus that your life is then expected and played out. Rather than expecting to be finding things that are lost or broken, expect to be shining up your armor and polishing your light. For you are one of the light warriors who arrived with little fanfare in order to emerge when most necessary. One such as you is a gift. You seek enlightenment because you know it is possible. In order to help this race, which you love so deeply, you adopted one of the more difficult incarnations so that another soul wouldn't have to. This is who you are. Celebrate each stubborn and persistent trait, and in doing so, you will see with clarity. Your body has been challenged. Do not forget or confuse that with your soul. Your soul is intact and pursuing truth. I want to say that what I saw during the conversation with one in regards to this person was excuse me, brilliant armor, just shining. And a huge sense was felt of pride in what had been done and what is continuing to be done by this person. So if this speaks to you in any way, excuse me, I hope that you know how strong and loving you are, in what it is you've done. And I want to thank you. And I guess we'll just close there, and I will talk to you again next week with lots and lots of love.